Its rollout is proving to be super slow. The process already underway for some smaller centres, but it's unclear when bigger cities like Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch will be surfing the net at high speed. Well, Catherine Hall from the Telecommunications Users Association joins us now to explain. Let's just start, Catherine, with what this is going to give us. What is this that they're trying to roll out?
Well, it's going to give us exactly what it says, ultra-fast broadband. So a super-fast technology, ultra-fast access to the internet and to other applications that will be run over the top of that, really is long-term is going to improve New Zealand's economic situation. Economic situation,
because businesses, it basically makes us part of the global village, even closer to the rest of the country.
Absolutely, and New Zealand's, relatively up with the play as far as the rollout is concerned. We're ahead of Australia, we're ahead of the UK. Europe already has it, so we need to get this going quite quickly.
And for users at home, educational uses, medical uses, entertainment uses, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So this is basically going to be very much at the forefront of our lives.
Yeah, it's game-changing.
So why are the big centres where the majority of population live not benefiting first?
Well, Tuanz has always advocated for a rollout into the rural areas first and then working backwards into the cities. Many of the larger cities themselves and some large businesses within those cities have access to fibre already. What we would like to see now that we have 2 agreements signed and some pricing underway, is some announcements around what is going to be happening in those larger cities quite quickly.
Because at the moment we're being told we hope it'll be there by 2019, is it, I think, the date Stephen Joyce gave yesterday?
We always knew that it would be a 10-year rollout. However, what we are waiting on is some recommendations from Crown Fibre Holdings on the remainder of the 75% of the rollout.
Is this really about how we can work with telecom or not work with telecom when it comes to the big... I mean, it's easier in the little centres to work with the little players, but surely telecom's the reason why this is I don't think stalled's maybe a fair word, but why it's looking slightly grey as to when it's going to come?
It's a really, really complicated scenario that we're looking at. Potentially we're looking at the separation structurally of telecom, but also, too, there's some other major players involved on a national basis who potentially could deliver this service to us. So yes, telecom is involved and they're still interested in the remaining piece of the puzzle, but it is a very complicated argument.
Is it good for us?
It will be good for us. Yeah,
in the sense that it's going to encourage competition to make it cheaper?
Yeah, certainly, and we're already seeing competition being encouraged by it, and I think the retail service providers who come over the top of the wholesale offering really have an opportunity to find some applications that are going to deliver some of those health, education benefits to us.
And this is something which I believe Australia is well advanced on, this idea of what you can actually get out of this. This isn't just about faster telly, is it? I mean, this is about rethinking the way we do everything. Sourcing information medically or making your doctor's appointments or whatever.
Yeah, and it's, it's about my 6-year-old daughter completely changing the way she learns, and it will be totally different from the way I learnt at school. She's going to have opportunities to collaborate nationally, internationally. She's got access to learning 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's really, really exciting.
You mentioned cost just now. Now, Stephen Joyce said we're looking at wholesale cost of $40 for a sort of beginner start-up, or I don't think that's quite the right terminology, and $60 a month for... He described it as the 100 megabit package. I don't actually know what that means, but for the deluxe service. Wholesale worries me, though, because that means that your provider can add whatever they want on top.
They can, and a retail organisation will come over the top and deliver services to us, but they will probably be packages incrementally based, so they will increase according to what it is that you buy.
Because if they make it too expensive, we're going to turn around and say, well, I'm happy with what I've got, actually.
Yeah, and nobody wants that. Everybody wants uptake of this particular technology sooner rather than later.
And that cost will basically replace what at the moment we pay for our broadband into the home or the Wi-Fi or whatever.
Yeah, and give people more opportunities, too, to move from dial-up straight into this ultra-fast world. Yeah.
How is New Zealand sitting internationally or globally with this sort of technology, given if we can actually get it rolled out?
We're well placed. We've just pipped Australia in terms of broadband uptake, so that's really, really exciting. That's the kind of opportunity that we really need to ride the wave on, and it's going to be good for New Zealand. Europe's doing it. The UK is talking about it right now. Australia in discussions around how it's going to be rolled out, so we are very well placed. will put New Zealand on an international...
So from your view, 1.5 billion, really strong investment, but we need to know more specifics about when.
We absolutely need to know who is going to be involved for the rest of the rollout, and sooner rather than later.
Because I guess that will give retail application companies more certainty, therefore they'll actually get working on where we can go with this.
That's right. They need an audience to sell to.
OK, Catherine, thanks very much for joining us. It's fascinating.